Iron Jack Mobile Auto Repair. This is a 99 Acura RL. Let me double check. It is a RL according to the customer. It's an Acura. You can see his plate. So it's a 3.5 RL. Now it had a EGR code p0401. EGR insufficient flow. You see what's going on over here. Let me give you some shade light. Shade light, heard that? Not sunlight. But the intake being removed already, what we're looking at here. That's the engine head. Bank 1, bank 2 engine head. Now, looking at the crank sensor right there. I'm sorry, the knock sensor. The knock sensor, both of them right there. 1 and 2. We don't bother. That's not what we're here for. We're here for this bad boy right here. See that EGR valve? Brand new one. We replaced already. And I still have the old one here in my van. Because I replaced this EGR 2 days ago. Well, last weekend, Friday. So I have to come back today. It's Monday. Soon I left, customer went for a road test. Well, went down the road. I did a road test already. The light didn't come back on. Customer went for a ride to work. Light came right back on. Call me. Yo, the light is on. I was like, what? Anyway. So, I was wondering if there is a pressure feedback sensor. Could be the problem. But again, there's no... That sensor is not on this car. I called the store. They say they don't have one. And it could be a map sensor. That map sensor costs $300 and change at Advanced Auto. So I'm not taking no guess spending $300 and change replacing parts that won't solve the problem. So I remember about a Chevy Impala did back in Atlanta where the EGR port or pipe coming from the exhaust or the EGR, they always have a blockage, and I solved a problem like that back in Atlanta. So I remember seeing that, thought about, say, well, if it's no EGR flow, then it gotta be a blockage somewhere. So I said, to find out about blockage, I have to take the whole intake off to get behind the on the intake and see what's going on. So I take the intake off, and got a little tiny crack right here on this hose. I'm gonna replace all of them. I got vacuum hoses. Anyway, I inspect everywhere around. I didn't see no blockage. Well, the intake is right here. This is the extra parts I got out of the car. That piece going underneath the car. I'm doing a rack and pin and bushing at the same time. Now, this is the EGR port coming from the EGR to the intake manifold or the engine behind the engine head. See in here? All this blockage, all this port was free. No blockage on them. I don't know if you can see it because of the sunlight. Let me come back on the shade. There you go. They all was free. Usually these get blockage. This EGR sit right here. And when I took the EGR off, this was free open, all of them good stuff. When I took it out of the car behind the engine, all of this is free open. Here is free open, no blockage. I cleaned it up a little bit, but still no blockage. So little carbon came out. Here's the carbon I put on the ground right here, if I can find it. Well, I guess the wind already blew it. It was laying right here somewhere. The wind already blew it. Now, so this piece right here, bolt behind right here. You can see that again. And see that blockage right here? When I saw this blockage, I was like, okay. And this piece, you can see where it go. Right there. One hand doing all of this. There you go. So when this one sit right there, this port right here, no, this pipe, which is the pipe coming from the exhaust pipe to the intake right here. And that pipe sit right there. See how I sit? Fit perfect. And again, you want to check this pipe. Sometimes you build up carbon in here. One of these can call blockage. And using my air blower, everything's free flow. plenty of air coming through it. Now, so when I look in here, it look nasty in there. So I said, let me take this piece off. When I take this piece off, you can see a lot of carbon, nasty oil build up stuck over here. At the same time, this, see that open section? This whole thing should be open, but this whole thing was covered up. I think my hand pushed it in earlier. Even right here, it's still covered up. You can see that section is still covered up. So from here into the engine, into the intake, which is coming in here to get the air flowing, the EGR wasn't receiving that air because see the pipe that's coming on the other side. Let me get a light again, or shade, maybe, or shade light now so I can see it myself. Okay, let me get a real light so I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. There you go. See that port right there? See that port right? See that blackish right there build up? See, I don't want to remove it until the customer get here, so I can show him we can do it together. He step out to get some parts for me. Now that is completely blackish right there. EGR not receiving no air because of that blackish. Now I'm hoping that you can see the gasket the way it's messed up on this piece right there. I'm hoping that, well, I think the only person gonna have this gasket is a dealership. Hoping they have the whole kit here, including the piece that go back here. I have to replace that gasket and put a new gasket. But I won't mess with this until I make sure I get a new gasket in hand. Yes. So your problem for that EGR p0401 is right there. That's the whole problem. See it right there, blackish? So the customer already bought that EGR valve and got it. I got it installed. That's what the code was reading, EGR valve. And again, he already had the parts. So I decided, let's install it. But again, usually it's my foot sometime, or it's not my foot because the code reading EGR, but it's not always EGR is the problem. Like blackish like this can be the problem. So in the future we will definitely do more. It's a big job taking all of this off. So again, it's hard to say. Sometimes you gotta put the parts in and see what happened. That parts didn't solve the problem. Then you gotta do more diagnosis by buying other parts again, guessing and stuff like that. I don't like to guess on job. I like to do the job right. This is an iron jack all day. And don't toll. I'll come to you.